Hello, my name is Fleur, and welcome to my ProMod Strafejump tutorial. Today I'll be going over what a strafejump is, how to do one, and how to get better at doing them. First of all, what is a strafejump? A strafejump is a movement technique that allows you to jump further than a normal jump, and while doing so, move faster than the base sprinting speed. A strafejump consists of three elements: the pre-strafe, the jump, and the air strafe. Strafejumping in ProMod is based on a bug in the Quake engine that allows you to continuously gain momentum while jumping around. This bug was not patched out as it became a core part of the movement within the game series. Lots of games and engines are derived from the original Quake engine, which is why the bug's effect is still prevalent in many games we still play today, such as Counter-Strike and Call of Duty. Strafejumping in Quake actually refers to the air strafing you do while bunny hopping, but as many Quake-derived games such as Call of Duty remove the ability to bunny hop, the only usable part of the technique is the circle jump at the start of the movement, which is what a strafejump is. This is how the term's definition was blurred and changed over time into meaning what it does in ProMod. If you sprint while holding W and A or W and D while moving your mouse in the direction of the strafe key you are pressing, you will actually move faster than the base sprinting speed. This is called ground strafing. The speed increase from ground strafing can be shown by repeatedly strafing from side to side on the ground, which allows us to move faster than sprinting in a straight line. This is an easy way to move faster than normally sprinting. To learn how to ground strafe, we are going to go to this area at the start of the strafe training map. What we are going to be doing is strafing around the wall in the middle to the other side. Hold forwards and start sprinting. Keep holding forwards while holding down a strafe key and move your mouse smoothly in the strafe key's direction to do a 180-degree turn to reach the other side of the wall. As you can see, I'm holding W and A when I turn to the left and W and D when I turn to the right. You want this to be one long smooth motion with as little pauses or skips in your mouse movement as possible. Pre-strafing is the first and most important part of a strafe jump. A pre-strafe is a short ground strafe that you do just before jumping. When you jump in ProMod, the velocity that you have upon leaving the ground will carry on into your jump, even if you let go of the movement keys. This means that the faster you are when you press the jump button, the quicker you will travel in the air, which will allow you to jump further. This is why the pre-strafe is so important, as it sets up the initial speed that you will have throughout the rest of your jump. Therefore, the better your pre-strafe is, the further distance you will travel in your strafe jump. The velocity that you can gain from pre-strafing is heavily dependent on the way that you move your mouse, with the mouse movement speed and smoothness of the motion being the most important factors to gaining the most amount of speed. There is a mouse movement speed that is optimal for gaining the maximum amount of velocity from this technique, and this is something that you will learn by getting a feel for the movement by playing and practicing. To practice and find a close example of this optimal speed, stand against the wall in the middle where we were previously, and ground strafe as tightly as you can around the wall without hitting the corners. Make sure that you are doing this as one smooth motion, rather than in two quick turns. If you can tightly and smoothly perform this action, then you should be easily able to do a good strafe jump. Let's try and put this into practice. Come to the top of the platform in front of the first gap in the strafe trainer. Use your gun to shoot an L shape on the platform one box away from the edge. Think of this as the wall that we were just ground strafing around a second ago. Instead this time, when we ground strafe, we are going to be doing a 90-degree turn to face ourselves towards the next platform and jumping as soon as we reach the edge. Doing this should allow you to cross the gap and correctly perform a strafe jump. Even if you didn't make the gap, the actions you just performed gave you more distance than a normal jump because you did a pre-strafe before jumping, which is exactly what a strafe jump is. Pre-strafing correctly is a skill that takes time to develop, but here are some pointers to help improve your pre-strafes. Pre-strafing too slowly. If your pre-strafes look like this, then you need to increase the speed of your mouse movement. Turning more sharply by starting slow and quickly accelerating before your jump is how you can make sure that you are moving your mouse quickly to get enough speed while also ground strafing for long enough, which brings us on to our next common mistake. Not pre-strafing for long enough before jumping. If your pre-strafes and jump look like this, then you are not strafing on the ground for long enough to build up extra speed before you jump. Try to increase the starting angle of your pre-strafes by looking further away, which will force you to strafe on the ground for longer before jumping, as you need to be strafing on the ground for almost a second to build up enough speed to make big gaps. Your pre-strafes are not smooth. If your pre-strafes look like this, you need to try and make your pre-strafe one smooth motion rather than a series of flicks or turns with your mouse. Go back to the starting area and practice doing it in one long smooth motion, and jump when you get halfway through it. Go back to the platform and try and replicate this motion. Wrong jumping angle. If your jumps look like this, then you need to try and jump as soon as you face straight on with the platform. This becomes really important when you start pushing the bigger gaps such as 290 and 295, as you are wasting distance due to unnecessary horizontal movement. Now you understand the fundamentals, you should be able to do a good strafe jump. Let's talk about the final detail about strafe jumping, the air strafe. Air strafing is when you hold W and a strafe key while moving your mouse towards the diagonal angle in which you are strafing in, slowly increasing this angle as you speed up, away from where your momentum is taking you. Doing so will increase your speed while you are in the air, allowing you to gain momentum while soaring through the sky. To air strafe, do a strafe jump, and as you jump, you should be facing directly where your momentum is taking you. Keep holding down the movement keys from your pre-strafe, and slowly move your mouse towards the direction you are strafing. This is best practice during a bounce, as you will have lots of time in the air to air strafe with. The angle of your view should start off small, and then slowly increase as you gain speed. Controlling your air strafes in mid-air can be very difficult, as you need to keep the offset of this angle if you want to continue gaining speed. This means that if you want to change the direction of your air strafe, you need to quickly flick to the opposite side so that you keep this degree offset when you start air strafing in the other direction. Explaining exactly how this bug in the Quake engine that has been replicated in ProMod works would make this video incredibly long and isn't necessary for understanding how to do basic air strafing. However, if you want to find out how to air strafe optimally and want to get the most speed out of your air strafes, I would recommend this incredibly in-depth video by Matt's Ramblings. He is the person who made the graph that I am about to show you. To put it simply, depending on your speed, there is an optimal angle to have between your view direction and your momentum's direction to gain the most amount of speed from air strafing. This makes optimal air strafing very precise and difficult to do, and is an incredibly high-level skill that is only mastered in a small handful of top-level players of the movement modes. For basic air strafing, the most important thing to do is to make sure that you hold down the keys that you pre-strafed with while jumping, and slowly turn your view towards the direction you are strafing in. This will give you bits of extra speed that will make your jumps go a little bit further. If this is a bit too complicated, don't worry, air strafing isn't even necessary to complete the furthest jump in the strafe training map, and is purely just a way to maximize your strafe jumps. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I'd like to give a quick shout out to Fantasy for making his original COD 4 video that I used to learn how to strafe jump almost 10 years ago when I first started playing COD 4 ProMod. This video has taken elements from his other strafe jumping tutorials, so thank you for helping me make this video and doing so much for the ProMod community. Feel free to leave a comment if you are having any difficulties, and I hope that this video helped you get a good understanding of how to strafe jump. If you made it this far, please like the video and subscribe. I'm still very new to making tutorials, so feedback and support is really appreciated. I'm planning to make more, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye bye.